What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Seeing as how this going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Got Kamala Harris. Of course, she has something to say when it has to do with anything that doesn't, fit Kamala. You know what I mean? Says, and this is her post, says Donald Trump is dragging the United States into a war that American people do not want. Let me be clear. I'm opposed to the regime change war in Iran. And our troops are being put in harm's way for the sake of Trump's war of choice. Put this dangerous and unnecessary gamble with American lives that also jeopardizes stability in the region and our standing in the world. What are we witnessing is not strength. It is recklessness dressed up as resolve. I know the threat that Iran poses. They must never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon, but this is not the way to dismiss the threat. Let me tell y'all something. Then it says during the campaign, Donald Trump promised to end wars rather than start them. It was a lie than last year. Let me tell y'all something. Regardless of the fact, I don't care what anybody say. President Trump made a promise also to take care of Americans. That includes everybody. That includes troops. That includes everybody. So obviously she wasn't listening. As you can see, she never does. I'm going to show you 2 clips of what Kamala has said. Check it out.
Into a war the American people do not want. He has put American troops in harm's way. I unequivocally oppose this war of choice, and everyone should. And the bottom line, when it comes down to it, is that if we want to...
Who's we?
Exactly. Who's we?
Silly me, I didn't introduce myself. What's up? I know you know who the f I am. I did want to say, though, it sounds to me, right, that you must have fallen out of some kind of coconut tree. First of all, what are you doing? Are you campaigning? Are you trying to unburden what has been again?
And the crazy thing is, I did hear that Kamala is supposed to be running again. Me personally, I don't know who told her that it's a good idea to do this, but I guess they're looking at the simple fact that, maybe she has a good chance. And honestly, she truly doesn't. I don't think that she really has a good chance of doing much. And I say this because Kamala had fake support. We can go all day about this, but Kamala definitely had fake support. And everything truly about her campaign was truly fake.
Aren't you and Joseph responsible for that disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal that put our military in harm's way? Aren't you also the bit that just opened the border wide open for the cartel and for children to go missing? Didn't you lose like 200,000 children? But look, we're not here to talk about that. All right, your list of failures is long. We're here to talk about being a joyful warrior, right? Because, see, the thing is, you don't sound very joyful, but the people of Iran are rejoicing. You better thank a union member for that joy. You better thank a union member for that joy, because the people of Iran are feeling joyful.
And they truly are. And I'm going to show y'all. They truly, truly are. Says here, Kamala Harris wrongly said President Trump wouldn't protect United States national security, continue to destroys Iran's ability to make nuclear preserves United States national security. Kamala is I gotta watch what I say on here. I can't really say that, but basically, to sum it up, said Kamala, if obviously if she won, it'd definitely be different. It'd definitely be different, when it comes to other countries, in a sense. And I got to reword my words, but take advantage, when it comes to the United States. Truly. Check it out what she says.
As far as I'm concerned, this president is motivated by his personal insecurities more than he is our national security. And so what we're looking at is, again, a threat that might be taken seriously. And I would dare to say that that threat was issued without serious consultation with our allies, with our military leaders, with our diplomatic leaders. What are our alternatives? Let's also be clear, if this president is thinking about putting us in a position where we're in a war with Iran, the consequences will be absolutely unacceptable and tragic in terms of the young men and women who are American soldiers who would be sent and deployed into something that was completely avoidable.
Let me explain something to y'all. One thing about it is you can definitely tell on how bad things were, obviously, of her being a vice president. Now she wants to speak up. Now this is truly just like, you know, Miss Palti, I don't really know how to say her last name. Just like this woman said right here. This is her campaigning. She's now saying stuff. She wasn't saying anything, but now she's all of a sudden she's coming out ever since she's saying that she might run again. Now she's ready to speak up. It's bogus to me. I'm telling y'all. One thing about it is that individuals, you know, and just like this is, liberals are mad that Iran is now free. And trust and believe. It's definitely sad. It's definitely sad. And truly, this is the first time, and you know, it's not the last either. You know, it's definitely not the last. It just sucks. It truly does suck when you have individuals that aren't. This just happened. What did this just happen with? This actually just happened. This just happened when individuals sit there and they get mad. The left gets mad, and I can't think of who it is, and I'm sure somebody said in the comments. But it happens. It happens, and you have people at the left that's literally just got attitudes for no reason, not actually seeing how important, you know, it is, you know, to individuals, you know, that especially in this case, you know, from Iran, that, you know, lives in Iran. I have a video that I definitely want to show y'all, you know, a woman speaking basically about how it is in general, you know, in Iran. Check it out right here.
We are taking the streets of New York today after just last night, the U.S. and Israel coordinated an attack on the people of Iran, an attack which targeted an elementary school, claiming the lives of now 82 schoolgirls as martyrs. We know that this comes off the heels of 2.5 years of brutal, depraved U.S.-Israeli genocide against our people in Gaza.
Well, folks, looks like Soros money has officially made its way to New York City. Must have been a direct deposit, because dang, that was fast. Now, let's go ahead and address a little something right there. There was indeed a coordinated attack by both the United States and Israel on the Iranian regime, more specifically, the Ayatollah regime that was oppressing its own people, and therefore the people were calling for the removal of this dictatorial jihadist power. Yeah, that definitely happened. That's reality. Now, the fantasy land you seem to be living in has informed you that this was an attack on the Iranian people. Turns out that this is the response of the Iranian people.
Exactly.
So what I'm basically trying to say is this. You're cap.
Definitely. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna show y'all more, you know, when it comes down to it. This is the video that I was talking about, and it explained, you know, a lot when it comes down to it, you know, how it is, you know, and it's truly sad, it's truly sickening. Now you can definitely tell just how glad, you know, individuals are because of what they've been going through. You know what I mean? And it's truly sad, you know, that you have individuals in America that don't even honestly want to put not only America first, but other individuals that are literally have been going through things for years. But now Trump is in office, putting America first and doing a lot. And the thing is, you know, Kamala lied to say, oh, President Trump kept his promise and this, that, and other. President Trump kept his promise to do what's right for America, and y'all truly see that that's what he's doing. Check it out from this woman right here.
Hello everyone, so this video is for the people who are backing up Iran right now, mostly Democrats, that they are supporting Iran right now. So I want to go over a few rules and laws in Iran about women. Basically, it's everything against what Democrats believe. So if you're a woman in Iran, they see you as a half a brain. So you don't have the full brain. So let's say if you witnessed and you're a woman and you want to go to the court and say that you witnessed, there should be 3 women. So your witness, like your words, will be approved in the court. Versus if it's a man and it witnessed, only 1 man is enough. Why? Because they say women have half a brain.
Wow.
If you're a woman in Iran, you have kids and you want to divorce, you only can have that child until 7 years. After 7 years, your child is for your husband, and he can come and take the child away from you, and you might never ever see your child again. Or if he doesn't want to, he can leave this child with you, and there is nothing that you can do about it. If you're a woman in Iran and you want to divorce your husband, oh, you have to go through hell. But if your husband wants to divorce you, it's super easy for them. If you're a woman in Iran and you're being beaten up by your husband, and me as your neighbor call the police and say, my neighbor is, hitting his wife to death, police will do nothing. They will say, well, it's a family matter and it is his wife. So basically, a wife for a man is like an object, just like they bought a car or something.
Oh, wow.
So they will not interfere. And they will say that it's their personal problem, it's not our problem. If you're a woman in Iran and you want to travel out of country, you have to have the approval from your father if you're single, or your brother if you don't have a father. If you're married, you have to have the approval from your husband. So basically, your husband has to sign a paper that gives you the permission to leave the country. And let's say your husband said you can't keep the kid until
so basically like property.
Kid is 18 years old, you have no right over that kid. Basically, if you want to leave the country, the kid cannot leave the country unless the father approves it and give the permission. If you're a woman in Iran, you can never become a judge, because they say women decide with their emotions, so they cannot be a good judge. If you're a woman and you walk into your home and you see your husband with another woman and you get mad, and you will be. If you're a man, you walked in a room and get your husband with another man, you can both of them and nothing's gonna happen to you. In Iran, you will, if you kill someone, that's the punishment. But if you're a woman and you kill someone and your punishment is, but you are virgin, they will first rape you before they do.
Wow.
I know that you can't even put this in your imagination, but that is true. Because in Islam, you cannot have a woman. In Iran, if a woman does not want to sleep with the husband and the husband basically force you and kind of rape, actually, it does not count as a rape. Your husband can basically force you to have a sex. There is nothing that you can do about it. In Iran, a woman cannot sing.
Bro, God see all. That's all I gotta say. God see all. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, that sounds insane, bro. This sounds insane, bro. And now, like, putting it, like, in perspective, like, because I don't follow, like, around, like, all day, every day, obviously, and, like, seeing what's going on and stuff. But, like, actually, like, seeing, like, and just, like, hearing individuals speak on this, on, like, what's going on. And this probably not even, like, what, 10-15% of the things that's actually, like, what's going on and, like, the laws and stuff that they have. Like, this is wild.
No man can hear your voice singing. In Iran, if you're a woman and you get, do you know what's the first thing that they ask you? What did you do that they rape? As a woman in Iran, we get assaulted every day. Me, myself, I've been in Iran for 27 years. I've been assaulted every day. not by raping, but you walking in the street, they will touch your butt, they will touch you, they will say nasty things in your ear. You're not safe anywhere. You sit in taxi, a man next to you, they will touch you. There is nothing you can do really about it. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of choosing your, forget about it. You want to be gay, you want to be lesbian in Iran, forget about it. You can be, but there's going to be consequences for that, and you better not be caught. And this was just a very, very small amount of the things that's going on in Iran against women. So next time that any person that lives in Europe and in America and they want to support Iran's government, just think about all this, and shame on you if you do.
That's sad, man. I'm not even gonna lie, it's sad. And I see definitely why, individuals are so, happy and excited, about things. And you truly see that people don't actually think about, the bigger picture, like how other individuals feel, when it comes down to it, and like what other individuals go through. And I feel like it's just one of those things, it's helping out a lot. It's truly helping out a lot. People literally leave their countries, because of things that's going down. And you have a president that is not only doing for the United States, but doing for the world. I mean, if you actually think about it, and it's quite interesting. I'm not even gonna lie. It's definitely quite interesting. One thing about it, you have one Democrat that actually speaks a lot of common sense. You got John Federman, literally speaking on the Democrats and CNN for continuing to criticize President Trump, with what he's done with Iran. Check it out.
Destroying the Iranian leadership, and there wasn't any kind of outcry from parts of the left after Iran executed about 30,000 of their young people that were just simply protesting for democracy. Why can't we just objectively say what Israel has been able to accomplish, since they were calling for a ceasefire back in 2024? Hamas would be still there. Sinwar would be alive. Hezbollah would be allowed to fire thousands of rockets into Israel now too. And then now Houthis too. And Iran would be able to be perceived as a strong military presence in the region. Turns out it really wasn't effective. So here we are, we're in a much better place now. If anyone wants those things that they claim that they do, like peace, and they can never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb, when someone actually did that could actually make sure that's possible. And I'm open to a better opportunity for more peace and prosperity for the Iranian people, for more security that Israel deserves that. So that's the point. And this was not an illegal war based on terms of what the War Powers Act is.
Senator.
And you see, obviously, you have Dana Bash that loves to cut individuals off when they're obviously right about things. You know what I mean? Pretty sad. Definitely pretty sad. And a lot of times, I've told y'all before, when it comes to, John Federman, I actually, love, a lot of what, he's saying, and having, great points. Saying we are in a much better place now, and we truly are, and people need to get that. They truly do. One thing about it, like I said, USA! You literally have, again, check out the flags, y'all. Check out the flags. USA! USA! I don't know about y'all, but this is fire. I think it's definitely fire. They're waving U.S. flags, thanking Trump, yelling USA, and it's truly, amazing that individuals are doing this. One thing about it, you got Scott Jennings. He definitely speaks facts. And I had to throw this in here because it's definitely important for people to actually, pay attention and see what's going on, and stop being so brainwashed. I feel like so many people are so brainwashed, you know, when it comes down to stuff and actually not looking and seeing like what's important. Like I literally have family members of mine that are going, just why? Like it don't make sense on why he's starting wars and he's doing this, he's doing that. And a lot of times, like I've explained before, a lot of individuals truly don't even watch what's going on, not following up, not seeing what's going down. You know, and it's truly sad. Like, I literally had to tell my mom today. And I told my mom, like, Mom, this is what I do every day. Like I see what's, and I try to, you know, it's baby steps. When you're, I don't know, and you can't just throw just the whole load on an individual. Pause. You know what I mean? You can't really just do. It's more so of you want to take baby steps. Take those baby steps with an individual. That's what I have to do because obviously my mom and my dad, you know, Democrats. And with my mom, I'm like, Mom, I do this every day. And I watch things, you know, every day and see what's going on every day. And I'm letting you know that the things that are happening, again, I'm a, you know, child of God. You know, I don't wish death on nobody. I'm not like that, you know, at all. But one thing about it is that the things that has happened, seeing what has happened, just I don't even have to say nothing. You literally have so many individuals. Where's the other video at? You literally have so many individuals who are so just excited. You know what I mean? They said this is in Paris. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, people got to make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like, actually make it make sense. Check it out, Scott Jennings.
It is going to have some impact on the economy of China because that's where they get their oil from Iran. And what we did in Venezuela, what we did in China, or what we did in Iran has as much to do with China, I think, as anything. I also want to say, may God rest the souls of those troops. But they died in a noble cause. And as Buddy said, 47 years, Americans are dead, the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. I totally disagree with you about the threat not being imminent. I spoke to very senior administration officials yesterday. They believe that the Iranian regime was about to fire ballistic missiles, not at the United States, but into U.S. military bases and civilian targets. They were going to attack Israel. They are already attacking other Gulf states.
You can't make the case back then. Apparatus has assessed that there was not an imminent threat.
I know. My guess is I've spoken to higher-ranking officials than you. On the uranium enrichment, the United States offered them free, unlimited, lifetime, civilian-grade nuclear fuel. They said no. They had given us the runaround about their intentions on enriching uranium for military purposes. How long do you want to wait? Death to America? Death to Israel? How long do you want to wait? Exactly. We waited 47 years. We have crossed every red line. Every president says they want to do something about it. Only Donald Trump had the guts to do it. You said you're not shedding any tears for the regime, but you appear just not to like Donald Trump enough to be mad about it. This is a good thing.
He's the guy who's going to bring peace.
And as you see what Scott Jennings said, he didn't only say this is a good thing for America. He said this is a good thing for the world. Make it make sense.
He's the guy who's going to bring peace and not start wars.
Yeah, and he is bringing peace. Iran has been at war with us for 47 years. The central pillar of the regime is death to America. The other pillar is death to Israel, who is our ally.
And if y'all don't know, they have kids screaming it. If y'all see videos, they got kids screaming, like little boys screaming it. So if they're teaching, they obviously have, you know, that military, whatever they got going on, and then they having young kids following those same footsteps. Man, come on, y'all. Make it make sense.
With us, they have been American personnel.
And it's definitely sad, even bringing kids in it to begin with.
American soldiers for nearly 5 decades. This is not an attempt to start a war. This is an attempt to prevent further conflict. This is an attempt to get the largest state sponsor of terror off the field. This is an attempt to stabilize the Middle East. I don't view this, Ashley, as starting a war as much as ending the people who are the preeminent terror threat in the world. They're at war with everybody. They're at war with us, and they're at war with Western civilization.
So this is a serious question. because we have seen regimes fall and countries not be stabilized. And so what's next?
Well, gosh, I don't know. I mean, what if we leave a country that for the next 47 years personnel funds terror around the world? That's what we have now. That's what we couldn't have it any worse now. What comes next?
We couldn't.
We actually don't know.
We actually don't know, actually.
That the Iranian people rise up and take control of their country.
We don't know.
Absolutely. It is up to the Iranian people to make that decision.
It is going to.
They're still obviously not getting it. But one thing about it, I feel like the decisions that President Trump makes, that they'll soon see. If people haven't realized, there have been things, that President Trump has done, and people will get mad about it. Literally will get fighting mad about it, about what's going on. And then as you see, things start getting better. Stuff start falling into place. So I feel like as time goes on, it's one of those things. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes time. And people obviously not realizing that because they have this strong hate for President Trump. And it's definitely sickening. I'm telling y'all. Check it out right here.
Nobody gives a fuck about your statement. Not a single person on the left in Congress right now needs to put out a statement because we do not give a shit. You are watching the United States president do what he does best. Run the country. No one in your party has ever done anything to make sure our country is number one. You are watching the very president who is doing that.
Y'all heard her. I didn't know there was that much cursing in the video, but y'all heard it loud and clear. One thing about it, President Trump is doing what he does best, and that's run this country. And everybody is truly starting to see that. Everybody is truly starting to see that. If you actually see what's going on, he's truly doing a lot. And I just don't. I don't see how people aren't getting that right now. I don't know. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and let me know y'all comments and thoughts on this. I truly want to know how y'all feel about, the moves President Trump is making. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Catch y'all next one.